I mean, I remember talking about plan A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
And that's what we had to do. The fact that you and I oftentimes we're making decisions multi-million-dollar decisions in 3 texts or 7 text messages. And it's always been like that. That is definitely a scary thing to mess up because, and look, I have the benefit of working with so many different companies at Echelon Front that I see how hard it is for companies to make decisions sometimes when you have just a little bit different agendas going on and egos pop up and all of a sudden simple decisions that should take 15 minutes, they end up taking 15 weeks. And I'm not kidding, like literally simple decisions that you can see the obvious answer for can take months instead of minutes. And we were operating in the minutes time frame. And the other thing that was kind of cool was because we were, living paycheck to paycheck for so long, man, we were lean.
Super lean.
And, there was just no fat. We were like a fighter that had cut weight and just barely made it, right? And we were doing that. It was like wrestling season. Every Wednesday and every Saturday, we were making weight. We were trying to see if we could shed a little bit. We were sitting in the sauna trying to squeeze out another extra, 8 ounces.
Yes.
But what I liked about that is it made us good, right? It made us good. You ask someone that wrestled, hey, you tell them they got to lose 15 pounds, they look at you like it's a joke. So we got rid of a lot of excess weight. We became very streamlined, but the problem was, and this is sort of the backup plan was, we were just going to have to expand and grow a lot slower.
Yeah.
That's what was going to happen. So if we wouldn't have met good partners who's out of New York, great guys, if we wouldn't have met them, we would have done plan B and we would have, made some adjustments and it would have been a slower growth. And the problem with that for me is the same thing that I told the team at Jocko Fuel yesterday. At Echelon Front, we go and we go to the muster. And at the muster, we'll have scores of people come up to every team member, to JP, to Leif, to me, to Dave, to everybody. An individual will come up and say, oh, I got my business back. We were about to go bankrupt. We recovered everything. We're hiring now. Or, I was about to get divorced and my wife and I are back together and I lost 58 pounds and just all these incredible stories that you hear. And it sounds great. But every muster debrief, what I tell the team is, hey, great job with this small number of people that we helped with these principles. And there are literally millions and millions of people that need these principles to help them in their life. And we're not reaching them right now. So we're not doing what we should be doing. And it's the same thing with Jocko Fuel. Right now, as you and I are sitting here talking, there's a 22-year-old kid that's drinking an energy drink that's absolutely horrible for him. That's what's happening. There's another, 7-year-old kid that's drinking a chocolate milk that's filled with high fructose corn syrup, and it's absolutely horrible for him. And his mom doesn't know. His mom doesn't know what's available. So that's the issue. So as in my own mind, I had the part of my brain saying, hey, hang on, we can hang on. And the other part of my brain saying, who are we hurting? And the compromise is, okay, how about, and what we eventually did is a minority share. We sold a minority share, brought in great partners that have some great brands. I mean, they've built and run some great companies. Yeah. I mean, just outstanding. So that made it, that was nice. It was like at the end of wrestling season where all of a sudden we didn't have to cut weight every Wednesday and Saturday.
Yes.
Because we have some room.
I definitely saw the relief on the finance team. Don got to sit back in his chair for about 5 minutes and go, because being that lean and running just-in-time inventory, and at one point, Joe Maas, our chief revenue officer, said, man, we're running this company with like 9 people and 3 bald dudes. It's, me, Joe, and Brian there, whatever. And you're looking at our growth rate and our trajectory, and it's like, damn, Joe, like that's funny, but it's right. And you know what? Running the business like you're on a desert island is going to allow you you would think now you're going to be a good steward of that investment, And I was talking to you about as far as like living into the brand. Like after that investment came on, I felt again that same kind of like when back in the day when remortgaging the house for Origin, I felt the same thing. Like, man, you know, some of our family and friends invested in this with us alongside of us.
All my family and friends.
All your family and friends. Yeah.
Everyone I know.
Yeah. And
well, that's a broad statement, but like a lot of people that are very close to me are in the game with us.
And I think that's important that like this new partner allowed us to bring our family and friends into. I mean, my childhood friend I've known since I was 12 years old invested in this thing. You know what I mean? It's like, man, I better be a good steward of this and like I said, live into it.